Today, my friends, we are going to be here in Celebration, Florida, established in 1994. The town that Disney built. Now, before we get started, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you're new. It'll keep you updated with my latest video. If you would like to support my channel, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/World of Micah. Where donating $1 a month can help fund episodes just like this. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the World of Micah. Today, we're going to be traveling around Celebration, Florida, the town that Disney built. Celebration, Florida stemmed from back in the 60s when Walt Disney was creating his original idea for the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, better known as Epcot. Now, we never got to see Walt's original plans for Epcot come into fruition, and Celebration is nothing near what Walt had planned for Epcot, but it is neat to know that Disney did buy some property back in the 60s, and it was their original plan to build a community of tomorrow here. We're going to be traveling around Celebration. I'm going to be showing you guys a few things. We're going to be talking about the history. It's going to be a ton of fun. Now,
let's take a closer look.
So back in the 60s, Walt and a team of men who were hanging out with him, some Imagineers, bought this land, the 4,900 acre property in Osceola County, very close to the Walt Disney World Resort. And in the late 80s, as the Walt Disney World Resort was booming with new things, such as the Disney MGM Studios, Pleasure Island, Disney started preparing to announce that they were building a community called Celebration. And in 1994, they broke ground and established what we know as Celebration, Florida. Now, when the town was first announced, it had some experimental ideas that were kind of keeping true to Walt's original plan. The community plans promised an experimental school and state-of-the-art infrastructure linking all homes and businesses digitally. And who wouldn't want to live in a city, a piece of property owned by Disney? Well, all these ideas caught the public eye and their attention enough. Disney actually held a lottery in November of 1995 to decide which families would be the first to buy plots of land and to build the first homes. The first family moved to the first village on June 18th, 1996, and in November 12th, 1996, is Celebration's Founders Day, because that marked the completion of the downtown area where we are actually at right now. Right here is Market Street Cafe. Straight ahead is a little pond area, and all along here is kind of like Main Street, USA, if you will. So Disney was obviously expecting high-profile, celebrity-type families to live and coexist in this Disney land. And it got a lot of people making up stories. They had some speculations of different things. In fact, on Celebration's actual website, you can read some Q&A, some true or false things that people ask all the time. Currently reading these off of celebrationinfo.com. I'll put the link down below so you guys can read these common myths. Some of them are kind of outrageous. Like, for example, I was reading on there, it said when Celebration first opened up, Disney hired people to walk dogs in the downtown area to make it feel like a lively downtown. That is completely false according to Celebration's website. People also have a speculation that there is audio animatronic wildlife here in Celebration. That is not true either. People think like turtles and alligators were audio animatronics. You're not going to get any audio animatronics outside the Disney parks, because that's part of the reason why you buy a ticket to go into those themed parks. You want to see some audio animatronics, you're going to go into a Disney park. And although Disney sold the property, the downtown area, to private investors in 2004, you can still find some Disney type things here in Celebration. Now, this has nothing to do with the Walt Disney Company, but as you can see right here on the clock, it says Once Upon a Time here in front of the Wonderland Cookie Company. And there are still places here on property that Disney still owns. I will take you guys to those momentarily. Some of the architecture here is pretty insane here next to Market Street. This is the Bank of America. Look at that. You can climb all the way to the tip top of that tower for the Bank of America. Check that out. We deliver. Look at that font. Now this post office looks like something you would see on a cruise ship, doesn't it? I love the old school look of this building here. But although Disney sold it to private investors in 2004, this place is still a very thriving community. There's all kinds of businesses, restaurants, and different things still happening in the town that Disney built. And you can still buy houses here. You can still buy property here, but don't worry, you don't have to do a lottery anymore. All down Celebration Avenue here is a slew of different realtors. But also, if you're looking to get your hair cut, be sure to stop in to S. Todd Barber for the closest shave you'll ever get. And I believe the reason a lot of people wanted to move to Celebration was, for one, architecture of the houses here look like something you would see out of a Disney movie. Like, it looks like something you would see out of those old 1960s Disney films. It looks like something you would see on a back lot. Very Leave It to Beaver style, very high class style. And also, who wouldn't want to live on a property that's owned by Disney? I mean, you're basically living at Walt Disney World. And even though you might not see people, just like in Walt's original plans for Epcot, traveling to work on a monorail or people mover, it's not unusual to see people traveling around in electric vehicles such as these. I'm not kidding. You will see people driving these around just like regular cars, and it's a normal thing here. Take a look at this fountain. On a regular Saturday, you could see families just sitting all around here, just looking at the fountain, kids playing around. They have car shows here. I've seen this entire street filled, lined with exotic cars and celebrity cars. This place is definitely a good place to raise a family. That's for sure. Another reason people wanted to live here is it had everything. You were literally across the street. All you had to do was cross Interstate 4 to get to Walt Disney World. There's a school here, church, businesses. You could literally walk to school if you choose to do so. And they also had a movie theater, but the movie theater is no more. In fact, here's the old ticket booth. You would walk up here. As you can see, it's bolted shut. But this is where they would sell you your tickets. And then this is the inside where you get your concessions at the concession stand. Look at this. Very Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios, whatever you call it, era. Pretty awesome. I'm wondering if they had movie posters all along those windows there. If you ever got to see a movie here in Celebration, comment below. Let me know what you got to see. Still has the neon marquee. It says Celebration on both sides, and it does light up at night. I have seen this completely lit up. But wow, would you look at the architecture for this? It's definitely Disney for sure. So now we're going to drive around. I'm going to show you guys a few of the houses and what they look like here. I will show you guys where and what Disney owns as of 2020, and then I will show you guys exactly how close it is to get to Walt Disney World property from Celebration. But if you ever choose to come down here, there's lots of places to eat, lots of good ice cream options. It's a really cool date night area. So this is the Community Presbyterian Church right here. This whole building is a part of the Presbyterian Church. Kind of cool. You didn't have to really go far to go to church. And welcome to the wonderful homes of Celebration, Florida. Some of these, like I said earlier, look like something you would see out of a movie, something in Hollywood. The white picket fences, the unique architectures on each house. All the houses kind of look different, but are very similar at the same time. Pretty amazing, all the different styles of houses you see here. During Halloween, there's a street here that really goes all out as far as decorating goes. I did a video not too long ago, this past October, showing the Halloween decorations on this one street, Jeter Bend, here in Celebration. I will put the link to that video down below. Check it out. for sure, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as people decorating their houses goes. Look at these birds. Look at this house. Wow. Yeah, during the Christmas and holiday season, you will see some pretty epic lights on a lot of these houses, and the downtown area will have snope, as they call it here in Florida, the snow that is made out of soap. They have an ice skating rink area open, live music, caroling, and you can meet the big man himself, old Saint Nick. You can hear the birds chirping here. It really is a perfect area, and that bird is real. It is not animatronic, as the rumors had stated once upon a time. And right here is the school in Celebration. They actually have, I believe, Stetson University is here on property as well. Yeah, that is the Celebration School, grades K through 8. And if you're into playing golf, there is a massive golf course here in Celebration, Florida. Take a look at the buildings here. The architecture is very much like something you would see at Hollywood Studios. And right up here on Celebration Boulevard is where the Disney Vacation Club building is. Here's another building that looks something like you would see at Hollywood Studios, and look at that, it looks like the entrance to Hollywood Studios. Now right up here is one of the buildings that Disney owns. In fact, you can see it says Disney Vacation Club right here. Look at that architecture. How amazing is that? Disney Vacation Club. I believe this is probably the offices for the Disney Vacation Club. Look at that. That's amazing. It says reserved for the fanatic of the month. Reserved for the 4 Keys fanatic drawing, winner only. If you don't know what the 4 keys are for Disney, Google it. Another shot of that architecture, man. That is so Hollywood Studios. Gosh, that's amazing. So I know for sure that Disney owns this building here in Celebration. And I know they own a few other buildings around in this area. Not quite sure where though. Love the stretch of palm trees here on Celebration Boulevard. Kind of makes you feel like you're on the West Coast or something. Out in Hollywood land. A couple more buildings up here that definitely have that Disney look to them. How awesome is that? I'm a sucker for architecture, and that style of architecture is amazing. A couple of more buildings up here as well. This is probably all Disney, different Disney offices, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Even the 7-Eleven here looks like something you would see out of a movie or at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Look at that. That's the 7-Eleven here. And this is the McDonald's of Celebration. Look at this McDonald's. It's so nice looking. Can't get over this architecture for the 7-Eleven, and this is the backside of the McDonald's here. And our last stop is not too far from here. You go out of the 7-Eleven, take a right onto Celebration Boulevard, and straight ahead at this red light is World Drive. This is why people wanted to live here, because I will show you guys exactly how close you are to Walt Disney World. We just took a right onto World Drive. We are about to go over Interstate 4. We just passed over Interstate 4. And as you can see here to the left is Highway 192 West. Straight ahead is East, and also Walt Disney World. And pay attention to this drive. You don't really see the outside world on your way into Walt Disney World. I believe that was the Disney company's idea. You never have to escape what the locals call the bubble. And that's why a lot of people wanted to move to Celebration. They did not want to escape the so-called bubble. You never had to technically leave Disney property, ever. Whether you were getting groceries, going to school, going to church, never had to leave Walt Disney World. This is kind of surreal. This is the first time I've been to Walt Disney World property since it closed, going through the main entrance, and here it is. So like I said, they never really had to leave the bubble, and that was why they wanted to live in Celebration as well. And people still do. They still don't want to leave that bubble. And I can understand that. I never want to leave Walt Disney World either. Well, you guys, I think our adventure has come to an end. But if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a big thumbs up. All my links are down below. The next time you're here in Orlando, Florida, take a trip to Celebration, Florida. It's a really neat little town. And just know that this was the town that Disney built. All my links are down below. I will see you guys tomorrow in a brand new episode. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.